Hello and welcome to a special edition video for Level 1 Sword. Now for those of you who may have caught our last podcast, you might have heard my story of how this past Friday I attempted to go out and get my hands on an NES Classic edition, and I had actually wanted it for the podcast to do a live unboxing during the podcast. However, I didn't get to the store early enough. They were all sold out everywhere. I'm sure you're all aware of that. Even tried Amazon later in the day and couldn't get my hands on one. So thought I was pretty much sunk. However, a buddy of mine, Alfredo, you know who you are, he was able to actually hook us up and let us borrow the unit he was able to get from Amazon. So here it is. The NES Classic Edition. So we're going to go ahead, unbox everything. I'm going to go ahead and show you everything that comes in this box, and we are going to go through each and every component. So without further ado, let's dig into this. Cardboard's pretty strong, pretty sturdy. Even though it's only, like a $60 item, this has like a very premium feel for the box, if that makes any sense. It's definitely not something that feels like they could have saved money on, but there you go. All right. Now, this kind of sort of looks like an instruction manual. So let's go ahead and open this up. Got my Nintendo points. Got the an important agreement that applies to your use of this Nintendo video game system. Health and safety information, of course. And of course, we have the startup instructions on the other side of that. But what's actually really cool is this folds out to be a poster of sorts with all the items available during the 1985 launch for the original NES. So that's pretty cool to have. It's kind of cool that it doubles as the connection guide as well. All right, so next up, got the controller here. A lot of people have been saying how they're quite disappointed in how long the controller cord turned out to be. And there you have it. So this feels exactly like an original NES controller. If you grew up with this, it's definitely going to bring back some memories here. Yeah, let's go ahead and find out exactly how long this is. I believe the official measurement is 2.5 feet, which, it's not long. That's really not long at all, but yeah, to be fair, there, at the same time, the Wii Classic controller cord doesn't really have much length of a cord either, and it's just supposed to connect to your Wiimote. So we've got this in hand, and yep, not very long at all. You will not be very far away from your system here. And that's kind of the point, because you do need to use the reset button to go out to the main menu, save your game states if you're going to do that, or even just to switch games. So there is that. Next we have your obligatory power brick, USB slot right there to power the device, because it is powered by a micro USB connection. Let me see. anything on the bottom? Yes, there is. Making all kinds of racket just trying to get to this stuff. All right, so you got the USB cord to micro USB on the other end. This is going to, of course, power your NES. I've wondered if you can actually use something like a power bank, or one of those battery packs that you can plug in USB powered devices just to run it. Just a thought, just some idea I had that we can maybe get around the whole fact that the controller cord is horrendously short. And of course you've got your HDMI cable. I'll go ahead and leave that here. The real treat is the NES Classic Edition, which for some reason a lot of people have come to terms with calling it the NES Mini. And here's why. It's so small. It really is small. Oh, goodness. Just my hand. It's like the size of my hand, pretty much. It's crazy. In fact, I believe when compared to the controller, it's pretty much the same width as the controller. All right, so what do you get? You got your, let's go ahead and plug in the controller here, by the way. It's a good click, good solid connection here. All right, so this is kind of why you don't want too long of a cord, because you do need to use the reset button, which is a lot clickier than I remember on my NES growing up. But you'll need to hit that reset button, like I mentioned, to go to your game menu, switch games, save games, all that stuff. Power switch, depresses and pops back out. You do get the red LED light to come on when the unit is powered on, so that's pretty cool too. No, you cannot open this at all. Sorry. It's funny, people are still asking about that too. Can I put my old NES games in it too? No, of course you can't. So we got the unit. Oh, and of course we have the back as well. There's your DC in, your USB, micro USB connector right there for power, just power, supposedly, and your HDMI out, which is oddly enough upside down compared to how it is on other electronics that use HDMI. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is the NES Classic Edition that has had so many people in an almost in an uproar just trying to get it. It is definitely the new hot item. Should Nintendo release any more of these for the holidays, it's just going to be one of the hottest items to get. In fact, it's pretty incredible. When I went into Target to look for this, there were plenty of PlayStation 4 Pros available, which I just launched the day before, and no one was interested in them at all. So yeah, thanks for watching my first unboxing here on Level 1 Sword. Appreciate you guys, and you have a fantastic day, evening, morning, whenever. Take care.